The transmitter has been modified.
Everything is in place. It's ready to go when we are.
Good. I'll let you do the honors. This, my friends, is the moment we've all worked towards. After all your effort, the time has finally come to start our reactor. No longer will we need worry about outpacing our resources. My father and I couldn't be more proud of what you have helped us accomplish, and we look forward to achieving even greater things in the future. The Institute is now truly mankind's best hope. Thank you. All of you. This truly is a wonderful place, isn't it? Let your surroundings be a reminder of what science can do. How it can accomplish.
Son.
It's almost hard to believe. After all those years of hard work, here we are. Look what you've made possible.
I did good work, didn't I?
Yes. Yes, you did. There's more work to be done before the Institute's future is guaranteed. The Directorate has convened a meeting about how to proceed. I'm not going to attend. You should be there as Director.
You know, I love my work, but I love being a father.
I wasn't expecting you to let us live. That surprised me.
Do you know if the simulation on the main terminal has finished running?
Just finished up an hour ago. So, yes.
Oh, good.
Dr. Thompson, I know we're not that close, but may I ask a favor of you?
Sure, of course.
Both Allie and myself are working late tonight. Now, normally it's not a big deal. Quentin is mostly self-sufficient, but
To think I'd be above
it's the
ground,
third night in a row.
suffering.
Say no more. He can come over and have dinner with us. I'm sure...
Nice work bringing that rogue synth back.
If you require maintenance, please file a with the Facilities Division.
All systems nominal.
My compliments
May
on
I be the
getting
first to welcome you,
B592
sir.
back to us
We're
so
looking
quickly.
forward to working with you.
I'm happy to be here, Dr. Fillmore. I hope I do the position justice.
I'm sure you will.
Right now, we're all here because it's finally time to stand up for ourselves.
Let's not be dramatic, Justin.
There's nothing dramatic about it. We're in a position to push back, to assert ourselves here. That's what we've talked about all along.
To bring you up to speed, obviously there are groups in the Commonwealth that stand in opposition to the Institute's goals. With the reactor now online, we have the ability to not only expand synth production, but to project power to a much greater degree.
I'm sure the reactor will improve everyone's life. It's a great accomplishment.
Yes, but it's not just that. The Directorate has agreed that steps must be taken to ensure our safety in the long run.
Let's not beat around the bush. The Directorate has agreed that the Brotherhood of Steel needs to be eliminated.
As the incoming director, we felt it important to inform you of the decision and get your thoughts on it. So, where do you stand?
If this has to happen, we keep the violence to a minimum. We're not out to destroy the Commonwealth.
Of course. It was never the intention to cause more harm than is necessary. As director, it's up to you and how we focus our efforts in achieving this goal. We'd like your input on what direction we should take. Do we increase synth production or focus on weapons development?
What would the results of this choice be? I'd like to make a well-informed decision.
Well, if we increase synth production, we'd be able to deploy more of them to the Commonwealth to aid in our operations. Weapon development would improve the weapons we have available to us now, making our synths more effective in the field. Which would you prefer we focus on?
Synths are the Institute's greatest strength. The more we have, the better off we are.
Well said. I'll see that the necessary steps are taken. Thank you very much for your time, sir. That's all we have for the moment. I believe Father wished to speak with you once our meeting concluded.
To be frank, I don't agree with Father's decision, but I'll accept it.
X688 sounded very impressed with your work at Libertalia. He does.
Quentin is such a liar. How'd he know what the surface is like? He's never been up there.
At last, we have power adequate to our needs.
Ah, there you are. You've met with the Directorate. I assume they made their intentions known? It was difficult for them to reach the decision to engage in open hostility. What about you? You agree with their decision?
How long has this been coming? When did they decide on this course of action?
The arrival of the Brotherhood's airship was the final straw, really. There's just too much at stake. You can't afford to lose it all. You know, Father, It's no secret that you worked with the Railroad in order to first reach the Institute. The depth of your involvement with them has been called into question repeatedly. I'm sure you can guess by whom. The question is, where do you stand with them now? Do you count them amongst your allies?
I can't lie. They are allies.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. I won't ask for details. I'm sure I don't want to know. But these people, with their twisted ideology, they seek to undermine everything the Institute stands for. Surely you can see that.
How do you know what their goals are? You've never tried to engage with them.
I've dealt with them far longer than you have. I've seen what they're capable of, the lengths to which they'll go to achieve their objectives. Surely you can see that you can no longer work with them. That the time has come to put an end to them, for our sake, for our future. I'm afraid this is an order. The Railroad leadership needs to be eliminated. I expect a report when it's done.
Not everything you've heard about the Institute is true. Give us a chance.
Dr. Lee might not show it, but I
Sean.
can tell she's excited about having the reactor online.
Hey, Rook. The name's Drummer Boy. It's my envious. I don't suppose...
So I can order you around?
Sure. Why not? Everyone else does. We'll be seeing each other. Hey, you. Randolph Safe House.
Uh-huh.
Des wants you to check it out.
Checking out dead drops is your job.
Not when it could be a big old trap from the Institute. Once you take care of it... What just happened?
Great!
You've done. You've done well so far, but the evaluation is far from over.
I've already started thinking about the next reactor. I'm convinced that antimatter is the way to go.
Yes?
Hey.
Sure. Hope you know how to use a minigun. Oh, and soak up bullets.
Yeah, you have... We'll be seeing... Hey, you. Randolph Safe House has been MIA since...
I just heard the most fascinating. You from one of those vaults? You got too many teeth to be a scabber. Make sure you're never followed here. It's all our asses if you are. Bet you never met a synth before Glory.
Hey, you.
We're all the synths got.
They got me!
When running synths out of the wealth, Wastelanders can be a bigger problem than even the
Setting human-machine interface to 100%. Good evening, I have the locate Railroad Alpha.
creepy robot.
I'm used to handling...
Railroad Alpha. The cache.
Nothing's ever that.
There's an approx... You only...
Hey, you. Hey, you. Hey, you.
I just heard the most...
Deacon's
Hey, you.
record is the best. You could learn a lot from him.
Oh man, you actually inside the Institute? That's insane. You? Just you.
Hey, you.
Up top, you gotta be careful. Never know when you're being watched.
Hey, you.
Up there, assume you're being watched. Always.
Hey, you. Hey, you. Hey, you. Randolph Safe House has been... Des wants you to check.
Checking out dead drops is your job.
Not what...
I'm feeling overdue for some reconstructive...
Oh man, you actually inside the Institute? That's insane. You Just you.
Hey,
You need anything?
show me what you got.
Okay.
I just heard... I hope to God the Institute doesn't find us here.
Desdemona.
I just heard the most fascinating rumor. The story goes that you actually found the... Sounds crazy, right?
It's all true.
Deacon says you used teleportation. I can't imagine. You must feel justifiably proud of what your Minutemen have achieved in such a short time. Eventually, the Minutemen will divide, but I doubt your soul. I'm counting on...
I'll stick with my people in the Minutemen.
Of course I'm disappointed.
Use the back entrance. Too much
Desdemona.
to the church and
Please,
we'll burn this hideout.
work with us instead of the Minutemen. The lives of many... are at stake.
Yes.
Is it just me? Or is this too easy?
Matter of time.
Whoa. What the hell?
Pam.
Processing. Agent. Charmer. Your arrival was not calculated.
Start making some sense.
Unable to process verbal preliminary adjustments to statistical models complete. I was, am, and will most likely...
Well, nice to meet you, Pam.
Introductory token recognized. I provide first-order approximations of the behaviors of all residents of...
What? That's amazing.
Caution. Biological life forms behave erratically, unpredictably. All output subject to an extremely high margin of error.
Good to know.
I urge you to disregard all predictions. Operation complete. You are a rogue variable. No current or previous query. What is your point of origin?
I'm from Vault 111, if that's what you mean.
Accessing. Vault 1. Conversation terminated. Pending construction of new probability matrix. Rephrasing. Goodbye.
Pam.
Systems locked. Building statistical model for Operation Tea Party.
to welcome you.
If you encounter a hazardous chemical spill, please alert the Facilities Division immediately.
And so, the work is done. I am sorry. I know it was likely difficult for you.
Nope. Not a problem at all.
I regret that it came to this, even if you don't. There was just no way to compromise with those people. There is obviously one final threat the Institute faces.
Whatever it is, we can handle it.
I believe so. But in this case, what matters most is how we handle it. The Brotherhood of Steel covets tech. They will eventually come for us. We need to destroy them before they can destroy us.
I don't know if that's a good idea. They're well fortified. Attacking them would...
It's necessary. That's... But the problem with the Brotherhood of Steel goes beyond the edges of the Commonwealth. It's not enough to destroy them here. There are more of them out there in the world, Father. And they too will...
You have something in mind if that happens.
I'd like to prevent it from happening in the first place. We will show them that if they interfere with us, the very technology they value so highly will be turned against them. We will teach them that we can appear at a moment's notice, wherever we please, and they cannot ever stop us. They will know better than to ever interfere with us again.
So we're just going to attack them?
There's a plan that's a little more involved than that. Dr. Lee should be expecting you in her lab. She can fill you in on the details. Time is of the essence.
Dr. Lee.
What can I do for you?
Sean says it's time.
Ah, that. Well, let's get... Dr. Orman, over here, please. It's time.
What now? I'm still working over the code that the robotics sent over. The algorithm is a mess. It's not even close to peak efficiency.
It would seem we've run out of time. Let's go. We're going to cover the basics of the operation as it stands now. Dr. Orman has done most of the prep work, so I'll let her explain.
Okay, thanks. Is this really exciting, or is it just me? So, you know that the Brotherhood's main operation is at the airport, right?
I'm aware of that, yes.
Okay, good. If they were a little less intelligent, we wouldn't even be talking about this. We'd have just swarmed them with synths. But they're not idiots. They've managed to generate an EM field that's messing with our ability to relay in.
So we just relay onto the airship and sabotage it.
Won't do us any good. There's no direct connection between their robot and the airship, so the immediate area around their encampment is a no-go. They don't, however, have the entire airport covered. We can relay you in to a point at the edge of the airport, and then you can get in and take down the generators.
So I'm by myself?
Only at first, and it won't be that bad. You'll have Surprise on your side. Should give you some time before they can organize a real defense. For every generator you take down, it means we can start relaying in synths, giving you even more of an advantage. And, oh, I almost forgot. Take these.
And these would be...
Oh, you'll like this. This thing, and I haven't come up with a good name for it yet, it basically deploys a beacon marker. Wherever they land, we can lock onto them and relay synths directly to that position. If there's a hotspot, you can drop synths right on it. We've only got a few of these, so put them to good use. Don't go tossing them into the bay.
Okay, that's pretty good. I'm impressed.
I know, right? I mean, thanks. I thought it was neat. Your real job will be to reach Liberty Prime. You know the deal with that, right?
Not a clue.
Okay. I'll let
Yes, well, the Brotherhood discovered him.
Ugh.
With my assistance, they were able to get his reactor running and use him against their enemies.
So it's your fault the thing is here now.
You have no idea what I went through. The awful choices I had to make. No idea. That was 10 years ago. The point here is that in designing the power system for the robot, I know exactly what it is capable.
We've taken everything we know, made a few modifications based on what we think they've done, and, this part was my idea, uploaded the whole thing into a modified synth, capable of delivering the virus directly into Liberty Prime. The little guy is going to be exposed and vulnerable.
I don't need some walking tin can to take them down.
Need? Maybe not. But we want to send them a message, right? Make sure they leave us alone for good. Turning Prime against them will do that. So your end goal is ultimately pretty simple. Get to the robot, then hold the position while the synth does his thing. Oh, and don't worry. We'll pull you out of there before everything explodes.
If you have any questions, now's the time to ask. Otherwise?
No questions. Let's do this.
Very well. Good luck to you.
If you ask me, we're only scratching the surface with the latest synths.
Just as you gave life to Father, he gave life to many of us.
Is there anything worth seeing out there?
Target located.
Nice spot.
I must be daydreaming. The heck? What was...
Something's going on.
For Elder Maxim.
Come here, and you suffer.
Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone. It's 4 a.m. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
Everything looks green.
on sight! Taking fire! I'm hit! Don't give up! Rally! Take them all out!